So, here it is. You know all those people that told me that back in the day I was attacking mirrorless? No, I was actually attacking the hype surrounding mirrorless. All that hype, which actually, interestingly enough, if you actually kept your ears to the train track, if you will, you notice that a lot of that hype is gone. You kind of know, like, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, there was like, oh my god, mirrorless is so much smaller. This isn't that small, is it? All the things that were surrounding the hype of mirrorless. Obviously, the ability to have focus peaking and EVF is interesting. I've never needed focus peaking. I know it is a crutch system that is really useful for video, but I'm not a videographer. It's not a video channel. I don't give a damn about video. I know what IBIS is useful for. Video. EVF, video. A lot of people are interested in mirrorless, video. Not specifically, though, but this is not a video channel. I never even proclaimed to care about video. Excuse me. You're supposed to say bless you. Don't care about video. Never did. Mirrorless is not smaller. Look at this 100 to 400 millimeter Fujifilm lens. Anyway, this finally acquired it. This is the last Fujifilm lens I own. Got every Fujifilm lens now, except for the 18 millimeter, which is a chromie lens. I've used this lens extensively. Well, not extensively, about 5 hours, so I'm quite familiar with it. I've had to borrow it on 3 different occasions, but this video is not about that. Currently, Fujifilm's not giving me anything, by the way. But I said before, and I don't really think anybody caught the importance of what I said, is that even though that I continue to hold to the fact that the hype, which is now gone mostly, everybody said, well, you know, mirrorless is smaller. It's not smaller. Like, well, the camera's smaller, but when you stick this stuff on it, it ain't smaller. There's no such thing as small glass. Let me repeat that for you 2 more times. There ain't no such thing as small glass. Yes, it ain't. There ain't, repeat it after me, there ain't no such thing as small glass. Especially small fast glass doesn't exist. Batteries, obviously you have to carry a pocket full of batteries, right? Right? Things have improved somewhat, right? It's not smaller, it's not more lightweight, it's not more compact. The camera is, but, you know, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't take a picture with just the camera. You gotta have the glass, you gotta have the batteries. Yeah, it's not smaller. That being said, the reason I have 6 mirrorless cameras now is solely based upon Fujifilm. If it was not for Fujifilm, I would still not own a single mirrorless camera. The X-T1 was incredibly impressive. I know quality when I see it. Take stuff apart. Nobody else is taking stuff apart and fixing it. I'll see how it's made, the quality, fit, finish, and precision. I wanted to make a video, but these videos are used by other people, so I can't use the snippets to show you. But I saw a tour of one camera company based in Thailand, and they were making these cameras at breakneck speed, and the workers looked miserable. Okay. The second video was, I think it was made by Digital Rev. There was another people that made a Fujifilm video showing them making the 100 to 400 millimeter, and there's another video showing them making the X-T2. And they're all Japanese workers. Different philosophy, different mindset of production. Fujifilm has actually suffered, you know, people groaning about, oh my god, you know, this camera or lens has been on back order now for so and so. Yeah, it's because they're not spitting them out at breakneck speed. They're actually making them there in the factory. I forget the exact city in Japan. They were going very slowly, methodically, and comfortable. The workers looked comfortable, laid back, focused, and everything was being made like stuff used to be made a long time ago back in the United States, like in the 50s and the 60s. And I hope that keeps lasting at Fujifilm. The reason I own Fujifilm is currently, and like I said, Fujifilm does not have the huge glass. They know that. Fujifilm doesn't have the crazy high ISO performance of Nikon. There's no denying that. They are not using XQD cards. They don't have the crazy ass buffer of, like, say, a Nikon D5 or Nikon D500. That's undeniable. But I have some Nikon cameras to cover that, as well as a Nikon glass to cover that. But I own these Fujifilm cameras. It has nothing to do with it being a damn mirrorless cameras. Cameras. I own these because they're a superior product, fit, finish, quality of production. The ecosystem is so important. People just look at a damn camera. It's like, well, this camera's got, and they only look at the specification sheets. This is what stupid people do. People that don't know how to choose a camera. They look at a specification sheet and they look at the camera. They don't know how well it's built. They don't know the customer service that stands behind it. They don't know, well, that's a really fancy camera, but there's no glass behind it. Oh, and there's no customer service behind it. Oh, and it will be obsolete in 9 months or 6 months or however long it is. And there are a few camera companies, a couple actually, that do that sort of stuff. And people can't see the broader picture of anything. It's kind of like the Pontiac Fiero. When that car came out, I was like, wow, that's the hottest looking car. Was, yeah, it was made by Pontiac. It's a piece of junk. There were lemons or turds. It's like it looked really hot, and then it started falling apart, and it was the most unreliable piece of junk on planet Earth. They had a recall on it, and Pontiac was basically almost destroyed. Probably nobody remembers the Firebird. I think they ended up calling it the Dirty Bird because it kept pooping on itself. Fujifilm. I don't get paid by them to say anything. I don't get any free stuff from Fujifilm. And this currently, even though I have a great love for Nikon, I have Nikon. I've also got Fujifilm tattooed permanently on my hand right here, and Nikon. Even though I have great love for Nikon, I have as many Fujifilm cameras as Nikon. And that doesn't mean that I'm a fanboy for Fujifilm. I'm not getting paid by them. I'm not getting anything. This is currently the best made product. Those shortcomings, there's no such thing as a perfect camera. So obviously they don't have the insane buffer, the huge glass that Nikon has, or the crazy high ISO performance that Nikon has, like the D5, D500. That's undeniable. You know, I have to be fair to both Nikon and to Fujifilm. But this currently is the best made camera out there. Not just the X-T2, I'm not pointing specifically to this camera. I got the X100F and the GFX. Nothing touches the GFX for medium format. Unless you're talking about buying a Phase 1, there is no camera that will spit out, drop better saturated, beautiful images than the GFX. Those images are unbelievable. They will light your spandex underwear on fire. They are hot. Good stuff. So, kudos to Fujifilm. Kudos. It's actually been quite amazing. And I still hold by the hype. You know, this is not a small camera. Not with this on it, anyway. No such thing as small glass. Doesn't exist. All the hype, and thankfully, I think I'm partially responsible for that. I'm not giving myself much responsibility, much credit for that, but you kind of spread the word around, like, you know, mirrorless hype is hype. The only reason is, like, people say, well, you own a bunch of mirrorless cameras now. No, I own a bunch of superior made cameras. Okay, let's end this video off with me stating the truth, and you look into my damn eye and tell me that I'm lying. People say, you own a bunch of mirrorless cameras now, you're talking about mirrorless cameras. You're right, I was, and all the hype around mirrorless is still hype. It's not smaller, it's not, you know, the glass is no smaller. You gotta carry a pocket full of batteries. Not literally, but I believe in owning superior products. And if you think this is a Fujifilm commercial, then you're smoking something illegal. Because I do nothing for Fujifilm's pleasure. I'm stating the truth. I fix cameras, I tear them apart. I love tearing apart cameras. The happiest time I had was getting like a dozen broken cameras like a few months ago. Oh man, it was like Christmas time. Literally. I got it off my local camera store. 2 of them are Sonys and the rest were Canons. No, 2 of them are Nikons. 2 Nikons, a few Canons, a couple Sonys. They all break, of course. People abuse things. They drop things. A couple of them are obviously dropped, so love taking cameras apart. I've been doing it for a long time. I actually got to salvage the screws out of them, too. There's a lot of stuff to be salvaged inside of those, mostly screws and a few other things. But, this and Fujifilm's other lineup, GFX, X100F, incredible. Currently the absolute best made camera products out there. What's tougher than this? Nothing. $40,000 Leica with a titanium body. It is tougher, but the electronics in it are no better. So ultimately, it's no more of a reliable camera, and you're paying an insane amount of money for nothing. So is that a tougher camera? Technically. You know, for 20 times the price, not practical. It's a vanity piece. Look at me, I own a Leica. Look at me, I own a Lamborghini. Hey girl. You know what I mean? So, Fujifilm is currently the best manufacturer of professional equipment. Now you could say, well, Fujifilm doesn't have the glass for professional sports action and wildlife. And this is partially true. I mean, this is true. Fujifilm doesn't have 400, 500, 600 millimeter fast glass for hardcore sports action and wildlife. It's undeniable. I mean, that's undeniable, period. But I have Nikon stuff for that. This is it. So kudos to Fujifilm. And they don't give me anything. I have no freebies, no nothing. I did get a free hat. So I have to have full disclosure. I have 2 free hats, actually. And a couple USB drives that look like cameras. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, you can drop me a buck or 2. You tell me to jump off a cliff. Whatever makes you happy. Bye.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.